This is Peter Lau. Today is Tuesday, March 3rd. I'm at 1669 East 53rd Street, Long Beach, California. I'll be entering through the crawl space cleanout located on the left side of the property. So again, this is the crawl space here, and this cleanout's just right at the crawl space access. In a brief moment, we will be transitioning to the end of the sewer line, as that provides the clearest video. We're about 122 feet into the main sewer line, where it ties in with the city sewer. We're netted at a depth of 6 feet. I'll be making my way back towards the access point. Currently, what you're seeing on the screen in the background there, where all the water's running, that's the public portion of the sewer line, and that's not on the homeowner's responsibility. But the camera is resting on the saddle, so the saddle is part of the homeowner's responsibility in any portion prior to that. And all the saddle is the curvature of the pipe that comes from the private line that meets the public. So that's what you're seeing there. So water was ran prior and during the inspection to make sure everything's draining properly. We are going to see some roots within the clay portion of the line. So you're seeing kind of a miniature version of it on the left-hand side there, but I'll find a better example for you. The distance indicator, it's on the bottom left-hand side of the screen. So as I'm pulling back, that number will be decreasing. And here at this joint, we're noting some root intrusion growing on the left and right-hand side of that joint. So offsets allow for moisture to seep out of the joint. And if there's vegetation growing in close proximity to the sewer, you're going to be getting roots. Again, water was ran during and prior to this inspection. It's been about 3 minutes since I've turned it off. And you can see here roots growing into the sewer. I will recommend Hydrojet, not because of these sections in particular, but because of what you're going to see in a moment here. So just large amounts of roots and debris that's built up over the years. So same formations here on the left and right hand side. So you're seeing just a large amount of flush bowl wipes and other toilet paper, just anything you flush into the sewer that's going to end up here if it doesn't drain out all the way to the city. So that's why I'm going to recommend that Hydrojet. And similar formations here. So just throughout the clay joints, we're noting that root intrusion. So for there to be roots, there has to be vegetation, but as I was running my sonde, which helps me detect where the sewer line is by telling me where my camera is, I'm not noting any large vegetation where these roots are growing in. So most likely after you clear it out, you won't get much roots, but I'm definitely going to recommend the Hydrojet. And we're just seeing some debris build up throughout. But the most important thing I'm looking out for is stagnant water, because if there's stagnant water, that could indicate an issue with the sloping. That's why I ran the water in the first place, and that's also why I waited about 5 minutes at this point for all the water to drain out, because this will make it very apparent if there's any large amounts of water buildup at one area. Stagnant water could also be due to what we saw earlier, just that debris buildup with the roots. That could also cause water buildup. So this is a good example of what an offset looks like. And making my way back from a bend. So now we're going to transition materials from that clay piping to cast iron. So cast iron is indicated by the year that the property was built. You'll typically see this material in homes built during the 1970s and prior. So scaling is observed within the cast iron portion of the line, but it's not causing complete blockage of water flow. Again, the reason why I like to run the water. So scaling is a buildup of minerals. This is over the span of decades. So that's why it looks uneven compared to the clay. Still fully functional at the time of inspection. And then at about 11 feet, we detransition materials once again. So 3 materials in total for this property. We have the clay, which is closer to the city street. And then once we get closer to the home, we have the cast iron. And then even closer to the axis is this ABS material. So this is typically seen in newer homes and is the preferred plumbing material. So the fact that there's ABS in the line means that there's been some work done to the sewer, which is a good thing. And that concludes the inspection of the main sewer line. So we got from the crawl space clean out all the way out to the city sewer. If you have any questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to call, text, or email me. Thank you.